Hello everybody and welcome to Chaoko Draws. This is the Chaoko Draws for the Chaokat drawing I drew some time back. This was basically just drawn out of me trying to release some stress. It was drawn around the time when the Team Babylon was having some issues. Team Babylon, for those who don't know, is the game development team that works on House of Tales of Babylon, which I'm a part of. We were just having some issues with each other about how close to canon it should be and shouldn't be, and so to release some stress off myself and get myself to shut up, I I drew this to calm myself down, because what I used to do when I was mad was play Chao Garden in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, because I really liked Chao Garden and it was something that could get my mind off of things. It was something I could just focus on and do for hours. I honestly spent the most time in that game than any other game, I believe. I'm not sure. I pretty much spent an entire year working on it. But, yeah. And, just so you know, Chaokat is essentially the little mascot I have, the little orange cat that appears in some of my drawings and, some of my icons and whatnot. He's just a little mascot. He's a little orange cat sitting around. And the reason why I'm called Chaoko, as I've said before, is because, I said before in the DeviantArt birthday thing, is because, what's it called? It was because of Chao Garden. So I originally wanted to be Chaoko with a CO, Chao CO, a company. But then it was taken. So I tried it in all caps, but that was taken. So then I tried Chaoko with all caps and a K instead of a C, and that was taken too somehow. So I instead decided to just put Chaoko Cartoons, with the cartoons part being lowercase, and that worked. So that's how my name happened. But yeah, so I really love Chao, and I guess in this one I'll just talk about why my Chao experience and stuff like that. So I got the game. My sister borrowed the game from a friend when I was in middle school, and I'd never played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but I'd always known that those were apparently the best games for Sonic, which sadly they are. And I still love those games to death, but I mean, not very good games, just to be honest. But and then I played Chao Garden, and all of a sudden I was like, whoa, I love this. This is a mini. It's the only life sim kind of thing, a god sim kind of thing, kind of like Sims, which I don't play, that I've actually liked. And so I played that for ever, and I got every kind of Chao and stuff like that. And my favorite Chao, which was a Chao named Pebbles, which I randomly named. Don't know why I gave it that name, but I did. It was my favorite because it was a hero Chao. I gave it a little eggshell on its head, so I never knew what it actually looked like. It was white, and it had pink tips, and it got spots on it. And it was just my best Chao. It was the best Chao I ever had, at the time at least. And I remember one time I actually did take off its head, and it was it had a bunch of crazy stuff on it because of all this stats I gave it, and I was like, whoa, what the hell? But yeah, Chao are cool, mainly for that feature that they're so different in everything that you, just because of all the small things you could do to them or give them. But unfortunately, while I was playing Chao Garden, I turned it on one day, and because I was playing the old GameCube version, it was still glitchy. I turned it on one day, and I went to Chao Garden, and all my Chao were asleep, and then they sunk into the ground, and all started doing the death thing. But it was unavoidable. I couldn't do anything, and it's the first time I've ever heard of this glitch or seen the glitch. I don't think anyone's ever had that glitch before. And all the Chao sunk into the ground and did the death bubble thing, and just died. I don't know how or why. I hadn't gotten any of my Chaos to reincarnate yet. I played them perfectly right, and then the game glitched and killed them all. All of my Chao in every garden was gone. And I was just so upset. I was so upset for the longest time. And I think I stopped playing it for a month, but But then I came back to it, played a little bit, but even then I was just like, it's not the same, man. But then I got it on PS4, or not PS4, PS3, when they HD remastered it. And I first got Sonic Adventure, which is the first time I played it. I don't like that game. And I don't like the Chao Garden in that game. It was very limited and very dumb. But then I got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I played it just like I would back then, except I got a new Chao that I named Peaches and raised it the same way, except because of its stats and how it was like born, I guess, it had certain stats to be S rank. So it like beat everything I couldn't beat with Pebbles, and it even got to reincarnate a few times, which is cool. And like no other Chao like I focused on as much as that Chao. It was kind of a shame because I had to get all the emblems, so I had to make a Dark Hero Chao, or like a Dark Chao and a Neutral Chao. Well, didn't have to make a Neutral Chao. It was like the best option to do for the neutral races. But like those Chao got a lot less attention. I don't know why. Like, especially the Dark Chao. Like, for some reason, like I didn't find the Dark Chao types to be as creative, and they weren't as like cool to me. So I never raised one that well, and like I did have a good Dark Chao, but it wasn't as good as Pebbles or Peaches. And it was just kind of a way to get by, really. And eventually I got all the emblems in that, and I platinumed the game with trophies and stuff like that. But like yeah, it was pretty fun while it lasted. But like even after that, I still played it after a while. But I didn't really have time to play Chao Garden anymore. Like when I was doing this picture. And since my PS3 is in a separate room, my sister's room, which she is in most of the time, unless it's school, which is now, I can play Chao Garden now, but I mean, I don't have the time anymore. But at the time, my sister was always in the room, so I couldn't go play Chao Garden, so I just drew this. And that's how this picture came to be. And how my name came to be. That's about it. Wow, I was really hoping that would last, like, at least 10 minutes. It didn't at all last. It's like 7 minutes in. Shoot. But, yeah, that's my experience with Chaos. And honestly, like, that's my favorite thing in all video games so far. Like, if I had to say a favorite video game or a video game that I'd have to, like, be given for, like, ever, it would have to either be, you know, Little Big Planet, or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or just literally just Chao Garden. Like, forget Sonic Adventure 2 Battle part. Just give me Chao Garden. And honestly, I think that's why the Sonic games have dwindled. Because, like, yeah, the Sonic games themselves weren't that good, even when it was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and stuff like that. But the Chao Garden was fantastic, and imagine what they can do nowadays with Chao. And Sega has never brought the Chao back, or Chao Garden back. They brought it back once for Chao Garden, but those were just, like, the Chao were basically just items to boost you and stuff like that. And they were helpful, but you couldn't raise them or anything like that. But it was an RPG, so you know. It was a weird system. But I mean, like, if they brought Chao Garden back, it would make me, like, if they just had the game on Wii U, I would buy Wii U just for that. Like, Chao Garden was so freaking good, man. They could make a whole Chao Garden game just on its own and I would buy it. Well, maybe. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if they added Chao Garden to any of the Sonic games, it would make it infinitely better automatically. I'm just surprised it wasn't when Sonic 06. Shame. That's why it sucked. I'm just kidding. It sucked because it sucked. But, yeah. Sonic games aren't doing too good as of recently. I wish they'd make their new game, like, the one that's supposed to be on all platforms, because the last few were only on Wii U and stuff like that, so, I don't know. The next one's supposed to be for all consoles if they make another one. But, that's all I have for this Chaoko Draws. If you liked it, I have a whole playlist of Chaoko Draws for other things that aren't this random piece of art. And, yeah, I have demon art and stuff like that, but I don't care if you like, comment, subscribe, because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not about that. You came here to watch a video, you did. You watched me draw some art, you did it. Great job. You might not even come here to hear me talk. You're just expecting art, but you got talking. Good job. And thank you for watching, and I guess I might see you next time, maybe. Bye-bye. Bye. I did it too early again, god dang it. Whoops. Bye.